Okay, in the red, on the far right,
GanZI.
I had literally one fan in the entire audience cheer for this guy. So I guess everybody's going to be cheering for on our player over here on the far left.
Liquid HayprO.
And I was right. The rest of the audience cheering for him.
All the foreigners are here cheering for him.
We got some
They're
Koreans.
not in Liquid.
We got a few Korean guys out here rooting for him.
But we talked about this before. So on Terminus, we have 16 bases without any goal. And the middle of the map is kind of like a slope in where a lot of Zergs would like to fight in against a Terran army because it's really open.
Right.
All the new GSL maps are kind of a lot like Brood War because they have a lot of bases. It's
Well, the new ones for sure, yeah.
Yeah, very macro base. But you did see GanZI has really high micro. He always does like at least 2-prong attacks. When he's attacking from the front, he's dropping your base. So HayprO knows that now. Or maybe he already knew it before, which is why he was ready with his Link sometimes. He's going to be more careful of that. He's going to drop a 15 hatch fast expand this time, and so is the Terran.
Yeah, Terran going to go for 15 command center. This is basically what you do against Zerg on a big map like this.
He did not even go for a Rex first.
No.
This is a first.
You don't actually need to because the map is so big. Zerg is not like Terran and Protoss where there's the potential for them to build structures outside of your base. They actually have the ability to just go ahead and just expand because Zerg can't, proxy Zergling rush you or anything like that. This map is too big for them to know your starting location for sure for them to 6-pull. So that's what you do.
The two of them are playing really funky right now. HayprO actually dropped down his third expansion straight away, even before he got his spawning pool. That is something.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I'm gonna stay one up of you no matter what. You're gonna go for fast command center, I'm dropping down a dead hatchery straight away.
That's actually, I saw, you can actually get in a situation, I'm dead serious, if you know for sure the Zerg's doing this build, you can actually just make a third command center. And then Zerg has to make a 4th hatchery. I'm serious, it's actually what you want to do. Because, especially in these positions, you're so far apart.
Yeah.
That
you're right across.
There's just no real way to punish it. But you got to be careful because it gets pretty delicate after that.
Well, we are basically looking at the amount of bases you normally see after 10 minutes, before 5 minutes of the game. So we're gonna see massive units. I don't think they will really pull this out into a really long game. The Terran player basically would want to go for a timing attack, and the Zerg player just wants to catch the Terran player out of position.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this map is it's such a cool map.
He's going for 2 guesses really quickly.
In this matchup, you always want to get double Engineering Bay or double Evolution Chamber if you can, or at least one. Crank out upgrades, tech up. I don't believe this is a map that Terran should mech on, especially Siege Tank Heavy Mech.
Is it because it's too far?
Yeah, because Zerg can just keep expanding, and whenever you're meching, if you try to push, Zerg can just drop you. It's actually, you beat a meching Terran in StarCraft 1. Well, that or Mass Mutalisk, but this is a little bit different, the situation now with StarCraft 2. But mech is better on maps where it's tighter, and you can push without them being able to counterattack, because a mech army in StarCraft 2 is basically going to deal more damage more quickly than anything else you can throw at them.
8 Marines in the middle, though. How much damage do you think that would do?
Well, what you want to do actually with the 8 Marines is you want to make the Zerg stop making drones.
And damage his economy that way.
Yeah, it screws everything up. So you see he's making 2 lings now, and there you go, 18 lings, because he sees those Marines. Now, normally a Terran player turns around, but this guy's actually not. So let's see if this actually works. Oh, I see. Okay, he's going to scan. He says it's a big map. All right, Professor Taste is going to teach you guys. All I want to do is scan and kill those creep tumors, then he turns around. Because it's a big map. If Zerg doesn't have creep, Zerg doesn't have mobility.
Speedling is coming after you, though. I think he's going to be able to get a surround over there. There you go. A surround from HayprO.
Very
Taking down all the 8 Marines. That was very nice from HayprO. I'm going to punish you.
Yeah, it was actually, no, it was actually a punishment.
That was good.
And
Getting a tick command center.
And I think now it's going to be pretty difficult for Zerg to do much else. All he's got to focus on now is, spreading his creep tumors.
Well, yesterday during Codex, we did see some amazing ghost play on this map.
Oh God, yeah, we did. That was so cool.
You were so excited. I was looking at your face.
I was going crazy. I was clapping my hands around. I was all like freaking out. I was like clenching my like toes together in like a little fist. I was like, oh, it feels so good. This is so cool. We're seeing ghosts on this map. It was amazing.
And Ultralisk also.
Yeah, we
Ghost and Ultralisk in the same game. That was just, I think that was what made Artosis more sick. He was screaming when that was happening.
Yeah, that was actually, we were both going crazy casting those games. And then, of course, Artosis got too excited. His fever went up, and now he's at home sick. We have more mules being dropped over here. The Terran expansion. Zerg, it's going to be a passive game, guys, for a little bit because they both put 3 base. You might be like, why does it have to be passive? Because all you want to do is focus on getting workers and prepare for what's going to be this sort of Lord of the Rings style battle, which is just huge armies, back and forth action. Pretty epic.
Seeing Aspire going up for the Zerg player, so HayprO is going to go for Muta Banelings. He's also upgrading his Banelings, and there's a drop incoming from the Terran player. I hope HayprO actually manages to scout this so he can be prepared for it. He's also getting Overlord speed at the moment, and an Armory is going up for the Terran player. We're going to see a drop on the 3rd base really soon. There's the Baneling nest over there, so if he loses that, that might be quite bad because his speed is getting upgraded halfway.
He's going to need that speed too. Terran is going to do the standard double drop. Now remember, Mutalisks can be out on the map by the time this drop gets there.
Really soon.
Yeah, really soon here.
Here we go.
So, if this drop doesn't do any damage, Terran's going to be in for a world of hurt. And he gets back in there. Is he going to try to relocate? He needs to go back home. Remember, on maps this big, you're not a stone throw away from your opponent's base. You say, wait a minute, is there an Overlord here?
Big set down. Has to be careful not to get caught by Mutalisk with Medivacs with full Marines again. Like the last round.
That's what I'm thinking.
He lost a couple. He lost a couple to like full drop ships to Mutalisk. HayprO did really well though. He tried to scout as much as he can. Now getting a 4th base at the 11 o'clock position.
Terran's actually going to push.
Try to push.
This is an interesting moment here. Zerg going to double expand. I won't lie, guys. Nobody's played a ton of StarCraft 2 yet on these maps. They're just so brand new. This looks like it should work.
HayprO doesn't seem to know there's a push coming up though because there was no Overlord in the middle of the base, but there's a speedling there, so he now sees the Marine tank army.
So he's got to get into position here.
Needs to get more Banelings. Needs more Mutalisks to take on the tanks. Gonna lose this hatchery that just came up 5 seconds ago, which he can't cancel.
Nice push here.
Here comes the Mutals from behind. Baits the steam pack.
And now HayprO needs to cancel this hatchery at the north. Is he gonna wait for the last second? And
Cancel it.
Oh my!
Oh no!
He didn't cancel it?
Oh
what?
No. He kind of lost 600 minerals there.
He actually didn't cancel that. I think he was trying to be all sexy and cancel the last second.
Maybe he was trying to catch the tanks out of position, but couldn't find one. The Terran is pretty pleased though.
Here he goes now, moving in here. Backs up. And Terran looking pretty formidable. Zerga's dropping creep around the map as he can to try to delay more bases. HayprO has already lost 600 minerals just trying to get more minerals, essentially, by taking these additional bases.
The Terran must be really pleased for taking down those 2 bases. He knows that HayprO didn't manage to cancel it, so he knows that HayprO is 600 minerals behind. HayprO dropping a double expansion again, and you can see at the bottom of the map there was a drop, but the Mutalisk is going to come in and take this one out easily. Here comes another push from GanZI.
Now he's at 159 food supply, excuse me. Actually, well, HayprO is going to be at 151, and he does cancel that one, thank God. And that one actually started out with a mineral in his hand. It's like he won a prize. Terran is just doing a good job of denying.
Price of bravery.
Yes.
Marines coming, trying to deny another expansion. Might lose this, he's gonna cancel it. Did he cancel it?
No.
Doesn't
Well,
look
I don't
like
see
he
the drone,
canceled it.
so I don't know.
Oh.
There's a glare on this one. I haven't sat in Artos' seat. I actually didn't realize.
The screen is actually really small. Nicholas coming in from behind. Manages to clean his Marines up. He has a solid Muta ball now, but there's another drop coming into the second natural of HayprO. Has a Queen and a Spine Crawler there. Here comes a Mutalist. Cleans it up. He has a solid Muta ball now. I like that about Zerg. When you have a solid Muta ball, you are gonna be you're gonna be safer, and you do see the expansion might be taken down again by the Terran player. A lot of Marines over there. Doesn't lose the hatchery with 5 life. Baning's coming in from behind. Mutalist taking down all the siege tanks. Baning trying to catch Marines. Does catches a couple of Marines, but GanZI does 6 splits.
And now the Muta is this pretty thick Muta ball here. Continue to move around the map and bully the Terran around. Terran just needs to get this 4th base up. He is making a planetary. That's how you do it. And now we see that, you know, for a while, HayprO was kind of getting, you know, put into an awkward position, having to cancel or lose his hatcheries. But now it looks like he's finally denying his opponent. But here's the 600-pound gorilla in the room. We got to acknowledge it's a push coming from the Terran, led by NSCV with a crystal in his hand. He says, "Follow my light."
Steam going off.
Okay, Zerg can't afford to lose this.
Might lose
Hatcheries
this though.
low.
Oh, loses it.
Terran could have possibly lost his army there, but Zerg was so out of position because of that drop. Now, Terran, that's what you do when you're a good Terran.
It's
He
so hard
walks
to
back home.
defend. It's so hard to defend. I mean, you're trying to defend a drop at the same time the Terran is attacking, so you have to split your army into 2. But if you do split your army into 2, you might not win the fight. So you really have to choose your fight really carefully, and HayprO chooses to defend the drop. I mean, he can't be at 2 places at the same time. If he did split his Muta and his Banings, then his Banings would have died to siege tanks instead.
Note this though, 28 Mutas are going into the main base of the Terran. He could take out everything here. Terran, it looks like he's going to ignore it and just go ahead and push. He can take out the armory, the depot, the engineering base, everything.
Here comes the base trade.
He takes out the armories, turns around. He says, "I need to just get an expansion
Oh,
up."
is he going to lose the expansion?
Is this not going to be canceled? That is another expansion not canceled from HayprO. But I gotta say, when Zerg gets this many Mutalisks, it can be pretty tough for the Terran to deal with. There's just so many of them.
Yeah, he has so much mobility.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the best way of getting Mutas. Is you have so much map control if you do have a pretty large ball of Muta. Terran is going to go ahead and expand. He says, "I have done enough damage. I have denied his expansions 5 times. That's going to be enough at the moment." Looking at the unit tab.
Looks like we got a counterattack here in the main. They'll hold that thought. Terran has to deal with this. He denies it. Zerg pulls out.
Backs off with his Mutas, but he's going to come and push again. HayprO is in trouble. Needs to bring his Banings and his Speedlings up instead of only having his Mutas here. Marine's going to come in and try to steam and take down this hatchery. Is he going to go down? Here he comes.
I don't know. You know, I gotta say, HayprO's doing a pretty good job, considering I think he's lost roughly 2,000 minerals in hatcheries. I mean, this is actually pretty crazy. Now, here's one big win for our Zerg. Zerg is still doing a pretty good job. He needs to secure some more bases, though. Terran now is going to have 2 planetary fortresses. Not only is that going to get him ahead economically, but he's going to have the position in the center of the map.
HayprO might actually lose this again. Needs to
Is he going to
cancel
not
it.
cancel? Please, God.
Oh, he lets it pop.
It popped? He lets it, yeah.
Lets it pop.
It's popped up. And...
Oh, catches the siege tanks.
Yeah, Muta's going to take out these siege tanks. And cleaning up. Yuta's chasing back these Marines.
Catch the Marines. He might actually win this one if he catches the Marine.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
Beautiful.
That is good. Loses his whole mech army behind too. Oh, that was good. I was gonna actually say that HayprO is not counter-attacking enough, but that is a huge win. He's gonna go for the counter-attack right now.
No way he can repair those turrets in time. More Marines are streaming out.
This might be one of the few times you see a planetary fortress die.
Yep, that is a very true statement, Kelly, and it's gonna go down. What? No, it's not.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
Well, I am speechless. More and more Lings are gripping up here. And note, HayprO is, he does have a base up in the center. He's taking 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom.
He knows he's a Zerg. I need to macro. I'm going to macro no matter what.
He's got to take the whole map. That's what you do.
He got good Zerg thinking.
Yeah, man. For our viewers at home, I mean, it's just like the StarCraft single player where Zerg's taking over the whole, all the planets and what have you. Oh, this would be a great moment to just take out that planetary.
Gonna
Boom!
take it. Oh,
very
there you
nice.
go.
Very, very nice.
There was a good engagement earlier though. The one we saw when he took down the whole Marine army with his Banelings and he split the Marine up with the Taurs and the Siege Tanks.
Yeah.
And he came and cleaned up the Mutalisks. That was good engagement by HayprO.
Now he's going to set up his command center again over here. 4 turrets coming up.
He's defying all odds. I lost 6 bases, but it's okay. I win
This
all
is
my
actually
engagements.
pretty insane when you really think about it. Like, he's losing that much, but he's still, in this.
Cool as a cucumber.
But now we're in a weird position where Terran doesn't have to push for a very long distance, assuming the planetaries are up. Let's see, though. There's a big Mutaball down here. He could counterattack with the main. Terran's main somewhat naked right now.
Terran is going to try to push forward a little bit and take down the expansion again. Taurs are in range of the extractor. Gonna lose that gas for sure. Couple of drones going into the mech army. Might lose his expansion.
What's funny about this is if you look at this, he's got the, hold that thought, Thor's gonna take Baneling damage. I have something to say about this though in a minute after this battle is done. Zerg counterattacks all over the place. And he's actually gonna wipe out that army.
Oh,
if you guys watch very closely, he used the Thors to deal the damage to the hatchery and the siege tanks to cover the Thors. I like that. But on to newer things, the planetary, the command center, which is now finished, is going to be weak to attacks from the ground.
He's getting +3 on his Speedling soon.
Now note, the main is going to be mined out in a little bit under 30 seconds here. Well, the main 3 expansions we saw, that means Zerg has to have an expansion. He must. Also, note that pretty soon the Terran's 3rd base is going to be mined out. Actually, it's got a little more time, but if Zerg can take out this planetary to be in the upper center of the map, there's really only one hope for the Terran, that's to keep this other planetary at the center right.
We might see some epic Broodlord action soon. He's taking up his fire and he's getting Borer.
His drones are going to slip through.
These matches are so close.
Well, these maps are so good.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I work for GOM and everything, but you can't deny it. When you get these larger maps.
GSL maps are good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Process is steam from the Marine there, but he's not worried. He has like 8 medivacs covering. He's like, that's okay, guys.
No problem. Zartosis would say easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, tanks and Marines are patrolling between the 2 bases. Zerg is sort of anxiously just trying to defend these 2 locations.
4 Broodlords on the way. That is gonna try to take as many siege tanks, as much mech as he can. He's gonna be able to catch his 3 siege tanks that are in front. Does he do it?
Ouch! Very nice.
Both
there
of
is
them
a
are
drop. We can get a shot of it at the south. We got a drop going on down here. Mutas might be able to get there in time, but the question is, will he be out of position? He looks like he's going to just go ahead and sack it. He says, no, I need to defend my other bases up here in the upper center. Broodlord's coming up.
Bases. How much damage are we going to see here?
Could be a lot.
He's actually picking up his army and dropping them on the other side. Oh, there you go. Here's the drop. Sees that the army is over there in our position. Gonna come in. HayprO needs to get into position there.
Nice. Just sitting a few mutas over there. Meanwhile, Broodlord's starting to build up over here for the Terran. Terran is going to take out this base. Looks like, no, maybe not.
He's gonna go and defend. He's blocking the choke. Loses one of his Broodlords. Does a scan. HayprO knows that he can't go for it because of the choke that's over there. He's using his tanks to cover the choke on the upper ground. Broodlords are gonna try to come in and get into range. Marines.
Oh, big mistake. Big mistake.
Loses it.
You cannot lose those Broodlords. You only really get one shot with Broodlords and Terran versus Zerg. Then you got to switch into Ultra because you've already triggered Terran to get Viking. I mean, you don't have to go Ultra, but that's generally the wiser decision.
+3 out. +3 is almost up for the Terran's army really soon. We're probably going to see some ghost action soon. And Vikings. A couple of Vikings on the way. In case Broodlords are going to be invested by HayprO.
Now, HayprO's economy is pretty scrappy right now.
He doesn't really... I think he's only mining on one base at the moment.
Basically, yeah. He's acquiring other ones, but he's not utilizing them. He can't yet.
Terran is sitting in his base because he knows that he's up on economy at the moment. HayprO might have to do an attack soon. Can't lose his base. This is almost his only base that he's mining out at the moment. Has a couple of corruptors there. Here comes the Banelings.
Oh my god. There's only siege tanks left over. I believe he actually just right-clicked on that and killed that command center. That's pretty sick. But here's the issue. As I've said before, there is just no money.
There is no money in the bank.
He cannot get a loan from another Zerg on the map. And that may be what costs him the game. Terran is sitting on 2 locations with income. Meanwhile, Zerg is, Zerg just can't get anything. I've lost count of how many hatcheries HayprO's lost. But dare I say, I think it's up to 15.
It's really hard to
Does that sound right?
No.
You don't think so? I think it might actually be about 15.
Too many exciting drops going around the place.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really hard for HayprO to defend when the Terran is being so mobile in his medivacs, and he's flying his Mutalis around trying to catch the medivacs. But he's kind of playing cat and mouse. If he can catch a medivac, he'll be able to defend. If he can't, he's gonna lose his base, which is what's happening right now. He's gonna lose all his tech buildings. He's not gonna have enough money to rebuild all this.
Oh, this is it. This is actually GG.
Here comes the last push from HayprO.
Unfortunately, HayprO will go out in Code A, the first round. Our foreigner from Sweden, our non-Korean from Sweden, HayprO, in a pretty epic game here. It was long and it was an arduous battle for GanZI to pull through here. But I mean, let's face it, man. GanZI's pretty good. HayprO's good, but GanZI definitely in game 1 played better. It was much closer in this series.
GanZI is an IM. He has a lot of players to practice against.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Code S players to practice with and against. You do see HayprO is gonna try to come and do as much damage as he can. Does not have any bases left. He fought through the end though.
Yeah, he stayed in there. I gotta say, man, I think I've said about 5 times already. I feel sad. I actually know HayprO really well in person, so that sucks. I feel bad for the guy. He's been working really hard out here in Korea. Just focused, training, trying to improve, and now he's going to have to wait for another GSL.
Well, he won a lot of engagement, and that was really good. Maybe he could have counter-attacked more, because I think he killed off the Terran army maybe 3 times.
There was really only one moment where he actually countered in the main with the
mutas.
Yeah. But there were a couple moments, I think if he had focused more on taking the bottom when Terran took the top center. I mean, basically, we're both expanding next to each other.
Yeah.
If he had taken the bottom, the southern part, what he could have done is just started counterattacking the main with mutas, going down there. That's one thing. You know, so much of Terran vs. Zerg does come down to positioning, because the Zerg is the one that can counterattack, the Terran's the one that can push.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm right. I'm spitting knowledge, spitting mad truth here. We are going to go to a commercial break. Well, they don't get commercials. We're going to have interviews. What am I doing? But we're going to have interviews here for you guys. Roughly 10-minute break total with the interviews and that. So watch those interviews. I'm sorry we will not have one for HayprO. But when we get back, we're going to have Coca versus Ace and Yu-Gi-Oh! Against Leenock, Zerg vs. Zerg. Should be sick.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Get your nerds on, guys.
Get your trap card activated. We need to get more Zerg games underway here. This is a good day if you're learning Zerg, you know?
Yeah, it's a good day for me. When
You're
I look
Zerg.
at,
She
when I
plays
look at
Zerg.
the matchup, I was like, oh my god, all of them are Zerg games.
I know. There's not enough Protoss games for me. That's the one I'm playing right now. I don't have any more builds to copy and use on the ladder, so that's too bad for me.
I thought you said you're copying your build. All of them are copying your build, right?
No, the Tasteless build, they're copying that. That's for sure. But the Tasteless build is actually just me ripping off other players' builds, and I just claim it as my own because I'm not a good person. So we're going to go to the break. John's going to do the interview. We'll be right back with Kelly and Tasteless. This is the GSL Code A.
이 경기는 잠시 후에